I have got a story to tell.
So when I'm on forward in New York now, America now, if I go check for my family, the youngster life catch up to I. Little did I know, say, the feds would lock I down. And lock I man down for 7 years. Yeah, I see? Yeah, so what may I show you is enough things happen because even within that time, you know, it's like the Bingy man thing, the dip on the rise, you know, fire. Remember, say we did ship out all of the equipment then and establish a base in the Ivory Coast. So we had Jamaican entertainment equipment doing shows all over West Africa, Mali, big stadium. We have the pictures to show. I want to not joke thing. So we was on the rise. But let me say, I'm a Gideon liquid because within months there was a civil war in a Ivory Coast. So the sound couldn't move. So the Bingy man get locked down in America. And the equipment get locked down in the Ivory Coast. So a judgment. So y'all ask what happened? Brethren, I'm a Gideon happened. What do you longer man? The thing was prophetic, brother. So it's just true. I the will of the Father, you know. And through the ancestors say, yo, Bingy, you have to complete the mission, you know, finish it. I want to true that the energy the way we there right now in a fire. There I see. So yeah, man, it was a lot of things that happened right at that time. You know, I say when we finished the album, finished the promotions and the video them, I say we're gonna launch off the thing now. I'm a Gideon liquid judgment all over the place. From Ivory Coast right back to New York. What do you man? When them locked down the head of everything, and there wasn't enough, let's say, lieutenant to pick up the charge and run with the thing. You know, thing just rest that way there, you know. So it goes. So we make sure say we have the thing organized different this time. Let me say it was zeal without knowledge. But now we have the experience, we have the wisdom. So we put together a very powerful team. What me I tell you is no matter what, the mission what we're on right now, it will be accomplished. But what we're going to be doing now, you know, along with this documentary that we're putting out, telling the Bingy man's story and his travels, you know, through Africa, you know what I say, is we're going to be offering these songs. Some will be offering them in an EP, some by singles. They will be available on all the digital platforms. And along with this new album, you know, we're telling the story, what we want to call a docu-series.
I just want to ask a few questions about this Armageddon. What came into your mind when you started Armageddon? Because Armageddon is like the end of it all. So why did that come at the beginning?
Well, I like the question. I'm not going to avoid the question, but I am going to say, as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. In my journey in life, I see things repeat itself. You know, I see things repeat itself. Even when we did this album, you know, the lyrics, when you listen to the lyrics where Black Prophet are sing, you know, talking about the spiritual wickedness, you know, in high and low places, you know, those are not new concepts. You know what I mean? I can't say I did consciously decide to start with Armageddon, but it's a spiritual thing. Because what we experience from the time we record that album until to the day is fight. It's just a spiritual fight. Because once you see the light, it's gonna be a fight. And that's how it is, you know. So Armageddon was just reality. It's the time. It's what we are living right now. You know, it's good versus evil. You know, light versus darkness. The darkness can't win.
Give thanks. Let's check out Armageddon. We get back. I have one more question for you.
This your Armageddon. This your Armageddon. Say we fighting against spiritual wickedness.
So would you share your experiences recording Armageddon, the studio you recorded it in, and what went into the recording?
Okay, we recorded the album in Ivory Coast. I don't remember the name of the studio. I think it's the studio that Toby's Record provided for us. We also did some vocals in Ghana. I think it was TV3. They had a studio there at the time. Pretty sure it was TV3.
Ghana Film, yeah, it used to be Ghana Film Studios.
Huh?
It used to be Ghana Film Studios.
Yes, but it was where TV3 is located.
Yes, right there.
Yes, for sure. And I did a lot of my vocals in New York at Hilltop Studio in Brooklyn. But yeah, man, it was cool because being in that house, we was there, like I said, 2 to 3 months. We lived like a family. You know, all we did was just make music, and you know, we work out, eat, and just music. It was a nice vibe. You know, I know the brethren them, they learned a lot. You know, I learned a lot about them. I think we all was a big part of each other's development during that time. You know, it was a nice time.
Well, give thanks. I know there are lots more questions coming up, but for now, you know, let's keep the conversations going.
So we want big up the Vibration Kings every time. You know, me I said, Black Prophet, nothing but love. You know, Commander Messiah, all of the brethren them from them time. They just, you know, say, big man love and no can done. The other song that was pretty significant, you know, to me is the Rastafari. Excellency, run a track.
Sing praises to the Most High.
Rastafari.
He's the king of kings, you know.
And all I have is love for you. And all I have is love, it's true. This is the will of the Father. The Black Prophet link with Mikal Asher. We have to broke down all barrier. Tell all the people we have to get together. Come on, my brothers and my sisters. We have to learn to love one another. Give thanks and praises to the Father. Come make we chant out to Rasta.
Jah Rastafari.
Sing praises to the Most High.
Jah Rastafari.
Yaga yo.
And all I have is love for you. And all I have is love, it's true.
Tell them again. Bring them on. And show them so that.
One thing that always comes to mind every time I listen to Mikal Asher, I really want to know who is your mentor.
You know, as a young Ras, way back in the day, when I was moving with the 12 tribe of Israel, my very, very first 12 tribe function that I went to was a big show in Queens, New York. And there was a brother from Jamaica who had just came to America, and he performed on that show. And his name was, we call him Ben Ur. He was Reuben First from Jamaica. And he chant, you know, he chant like Big Youth, you know, like Uri, you know, King Stitch. You know, that was his style, chanting. And when I heard him and I saw him, you know, it was like, it made me feel like I was back in the Bible days. Like I actually imagined I could see us, you know, the 12 tribe of Israel, you know, all those people, all the colors, like we were actually in the days of the Bible. And this brother was like a priest chanting like Moses, you know, and that's the impact he had on me. And that never left me. You know what I mean? I said, so, you know, and I realized it was something that that I did really, you know, take to from way back, you know, listening to you, Roy, in the 70s.
Yeah.
So I listened to those kind of chanters and Brigadier the General, you know. I mean, we all studied Brigadier. You know, we all studied Brigadier. So I would say those two brothers have the most impact on me as an artist.
And your movement to Africa comes in like a radical approach for me, because a lot of people come to Africa from the diaspora, and when they come, in one way or another, they don't really stay and do a lot. But it looks like Mikal Asher has been here for over 25 years, bridging the gap and all that. And you from Jamaica coming to Africa, working with Black Prophet. I want to know what motivated you to do that radical move and still be doing what you're doing in Africa.
I would say it was like a fire, you know. Sometimes we some of us have a vision and a motivation burning deep inside of us, and it just push us and drive us to do things that the average person wouldn't do. Because I remember in those days in the mid-90s, you know, my brother Denroy, you know, may his soul rest in peace, you know, Denroy Morgan, and my second eldest brother, you know, Gordon, brother G, you know, they decided to go back to Jamaica. So Denroy took Morgan Heritage, and my brother took, you know, his belongings, and they went back to Jamaica. And I said, no, me not go back to Jamaica, me I go forward. And something drove me and said, you know, Ghana, when a man have a drive, inspiration to do something, is nothing can stop him. Nothing can. If that come from your heart and your soul, and where there's a will, there's always a way. So for me, Africa was my desire. You know, I say it still is, but it's a little bit more. Back in them days, I used to say excellency was more like zeal. You know, like my brethren Mike Naptali used to say, zeal without knowledge. So we did have the zeal. We were pioneers. We made the move. We do a lot of things. We influence a lot of people. You know, we bless a lot of people, and we also were blessed in return. So we give thanks for the experience. We give thanks for the journey. But now, the mission we depend now is more about, you know, we have experience now. So the knowledge that we have, we will use it in a wise way to really accomplish the work. It's an honor. It's an honor to really sit and reason with them, you know, as brethren, as man who really understand the music scene, you know, past and present, you know, not just in Ghana, but globally, you know. Them really have had and continue to have a big influence on the reggae and dancehall music industry in Ghana. And I salute them, you know. Much respect.
Yes, Benji.
Salute. Salute.
Salute.
To tell the world,
This conversation explained what happened to Mikal for those missing years. His musical career, which was just getting started, then came to a complete halt because of something from the past.
to tell the world.